We say hell no. They say Kavanaugh. We say hell no.
You were wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's just, it's time, you know? It's 40 years and it's time.
What's your name?
You know what's funny? The guy that molested me and sexually assaulted me became an attorney and worked in Washington. And I thought the guy died. I didn't even know that. I thought he died and I let it go until the Me Too movement came out. And I looked him up and I said, Jesus Christ. And he has 2 kids.
That's awful.
And I'm not going to say anything now because it's whatever, but...
Can we have your first and last name too? Is that okay?
Yep, it's Theresa Foley.
Theresa Foley.
And are you planning to go up to Susan Collins' office today?
I didn't know anything about it. I just figured I'd come and just, I'd drive around. I couldn't go home. I just couldn't. I'm so pissed off.
If you could get face-to-face with Susan Collins, what would you tell her?
I emailed her and said 40 years ago I was sexually assaulted and it shouldn't happen. This guy should not be, and especially cases that are going to come up. You know, how many people now that are going to come out and say, you know, my case was heard and by Kavanaugh, and now that I know this stuff about it, I want my case reviewed. I want him recused from my case. I don't want him to hear my case. And now, even when he came out yesterday and he was talking about all the politics stuff of it, who wants that? Who wants that?
What did you feel watching Dr. Ford's testimony?
The things yesterday, oh my, I cried with her. I literally cried. And you know, when my husband, kind of, he's an independent, but he's a Trumpy, kind of, and I'm not. And he has a movie sign out on our lawn, because he can, and I can't touch it because of the law, so I called Janet Mills to have one put on mine. So we're going to have one of each on the lawn. But I was tired of hearing him say stuff about the what's going on with Kavanaugh. And finally I said, you know what? I got something I got to tell you. And I've been talking to my counselor about it and everything, and I just looked at him and I said, I was assaulted. And I told him the whole thing. And I said, you know, I had never seen a penis before. And, you know, I mean, I was assaulted, and I don't remember, I know the party. We just went to my high school reunion, and I saw the kid whose house it was at. It was a camp. And I said, I don't remember the date. I don't remember the time. I remember the party. I remember who was there. And I absolutely remember what happened. I remember looking in his eyes. I remember saying no, and I remember something was put in my drink. And I remember not saying anything about it. And I said, do you remember when the kids were younger, like 10 and 11, and I always said, remember, you gotta buy your own drinks. Don't put your drinks down. Never take a drink from anybody when you go out. And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, you know what? That's something that I've always said since the kids were little. And I go, and he goes, fine. And I go, yeah. And I said, between you and I don't like to be held down.
And it was affecting how you parented as well as
claustrophobia, big time. And so when she was talking and she was saying that, I was crying because I was right there with her. And then for these guys to, you know, oh, and then when Lindsey Graham was saying that, I wanted to go through the freaking TV and just choke him, little weasel. So, you know, so yeah, I got to clear the air with my husband and stuff, and he was crying and everything. I mean, to understand. I said, so you got going on right in your own house.
right.
So it's time for you to sit down, take a break, and think about it.
No, just thank you so much for your message. I appreciated that a lot.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
I came over to say you need to run for office because you are effective. You are very effective.
I get pissed.
Yeah.
I get too emotional.
But
No,
what
that's
you had
okay.
to say was perfect.
I mean,
Perfect.
I know every woman knows. You know, when I look at that yearbook picture of those football players, those 12 guys,
Yeah.
I said, every woman knows those 12 guys. Every freaking woman knows those 12 guys. And you can't sit back and say, whether you partied with them or not, you know them. Every woman knows those 12 guys
Yeah.
in high school. They all do. And my sister and I were talking about that yesterday. We all know them.
Do you think that if Senator Collins votes for Kavanaugh to confirm him, that the people of Maine will vote to?
You know what? I think she's flip-flopped so much now. I think that she's lost her credibility. And you know what? We were talking about this yesterday. If you had an employee who came to you and said, you know what? I'm thinking about leaving my job and running for governor, or I'm thinking about going somewhere else. Always in business, we said, go, because your heart's not here anymore. So when she said, I'm thinking about running for governor and not doing this, and then she decided to stay for senator, I already discounted her, because in business, it was always go. I'm not giving you a raise, I'm not doing it. Don't play those games with me, go. So when she did that little fancy pants jumping around thing, it was, to me, that was already, you're done, I'm looking for someone else now. And I've emailed her many times about a lot of her choices and stuff. You play the fence, you kind of drag us along, us people in Maine, because, you know, we're nice people and we, you know, and all that, but no.
Did you ever get a response from her?
No, never.
Yeah.
No, I'm done with it. After, I can't remember what the last one was, but I emailed her that I was done with her. But yesterday, I emailed her about 40 years ago, my story. It's very freeing, actually, to not hold on to it. But now, it makes a lot of sense as to why I made the choices I've made, and holding that has caused other things to happen.
Yeah.
Where I wonder where I would be had I shared that a long time ago.
Yeah. It definitely seems like this is a way beyond Kavanaugh's nomination, that there's sort of a sea change of things happening for women, and that this is like a reckoning for all of us.
Yeah. Because if we can just lift each other up. Women rule the world. We used to rule the world a long time ago.
Yeah.
Until men decided that, you know, we were getting too powerful.
Yeah.